Okay. Thank you, Shubham, for the heads up. Hi, everyone. This is Shilpa. My I'm here to have a webinar today on machine learning, and I hope you all are excited for this. As we go towards machine learning today, we'll start off with the very basic of machine learning, right? For those, it is basically for those who know very little about machine learning or nothing about it. So everyone who wants to learn about machine learning need not to worry. We'll start from the basics, right? And just to give a background of my experience, I am working right now with Magic Software as a lead AI consultant, right? So, and I have total of 5 years of experience in machine learning, and I'm basically working to handle like which is natural language processing. And if we talk about, or just they can just raise their hand, I'll ask them, right? Can you all see my screen? Okay. Should we start or we wait for 1 or 2 minutes more for more people to join in? You people a question. Who all know about that the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, or deep learning, right? Those who know the answer, they can just unmute their mic and give the answer, or so then we can proceed with it. But we need to be really quick in it. Okay, so is there anyone who can tell me the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning? No one. Okay, so I'll just go about it. Okay, what is artificial intelligence? Guys, there are some things which sometimes which we need not to, what I say, which we need not to use our brains. Like, right? Artificial, what is artificial? Something which is man-made, and intelligence, something which comes like with like power to answer, all that stuff comes with intelligence, right? So, what is artificial intelligence? When human intelligence, which is executed by machine, that is called artificial intelligence, right? And if I talk about machine learning or deep learning, they're nothing but just imagine, just think of this thing. So this is a very basic summary of machine learning and deep learning, right? So consider deep learning as a very small subset, machine learning as a set of deep learning, like which deep learning is a subset, and artificial intelligence is a very big, what we can say, a set of which machine learning and deep learning are a part, right? So, what are the common use cases which we need in day-to-day life, which we see in day-to-day life about machine learning? If somebody can tell me that, any use cases of machine learning or deep learning or AI which we use in our daily life. Guys, come on, I need answers from you guys.
Apple Face Unlock system.
Yeah, Apple Face Unlock system, very good. Just tell me your name as well whenever you start speaking.
Okay.
Okay, Apple Face Unlock system is a very good example of artificial intelligence. Yes. Any other example?
Google Lens, which
Dipali
allows
is saying Google Lens. Yes, very nice example. Any other example? Very, very common, very simple example. Okay. Let's not waste much time over there. How many of us use email IDs? Flipkart recommendation. Yes, Shubham is saying Flipkart recommendation. Yeah, very good example again. So, how many of us use and non-spam thing? Right? So that is again a very good example of artificial intelligence when what they do is automatically they filter out the emails within spam and not spam, right? Other example, if you can see my screen, you can see over here the very common use cases of that. Object recognition, speech recognition, natural language processing. Give me a common example of natural language processing. Come on, guys. You can tell. Google Assistants, Apple, Siri, yes. So that they are very good example of natural language processing. Then next is creative style transfer. I'll tell you about style transfer as well. And when we predict something, all the predictions, translations, then there's restoration, transformation. All these are very good examples of artificial intelligence and ML. So now coming to machine learning. What is machine learning? An approach to achieve artificial intelligence through system that can learn from experience, that can learn from experience to find patterns in the set of data, right? That and again, deep learning is a subset of machine learning, right? So what we call deep learning. So how to choose data? So machine learning is nothing but all about data, right? How you can choose data in machine learning is the main thing which we need to know, right? If you once and for all, if you know that okay, this is my data and I need to train my data in this way, then you are halfway through the machine learning. Okay. So coming to the features and attributes in machine learning. What is a feature or what is an attribute in machine learning? If you again can see my screen, there is orange over there, right? And there is a definition written: feature attributes are used to train an ML system, right? Whatever we do and whatever we do in machine learning is all or everything is based on features of a system, right? So if you see this orange, what are the features of this orange? How human eye detect that this is orange? Guys, I need answers from you guys and we need to be fast. Uh, Pranjali is saying shape and color. Harsh Sharma is saying firstly noticing is color. Rahul is again saying from, yeah, very good examples that we see the shape and we see the color, right? Orange is automatically detected with orange color, which you can see on my screen as well, right? So when you see that something, so what is color? Color is a feature, right? Again, shape is also a feature, right? Here they have given two features, one is weight and one is color. So this is how we recognize features in a ML system. So why do we need to recognize good features? Because a good feature is a feature which distributes our data maximum possible, right? So if I have an apple and an orange in my hand, right? What is the main thing which separates an apple from an orange? Color, right? So color over here is the main feature which can separate out my data into exact 50%, right? Because most of the like 90% of the apples in the world are red in color, or like green can be, but they cannot be orange. And oranges are orange only, right? They cannot be red. So that's how we recognize it. That is a feature. So when we say I have two objects in my hand, one is an apple, one is an orange. So what is the very important feature in that case is color, right? So if you see again over here, what we are doing is take fruit as an example. Features of fruit might be weight and color. Two features, that means two dimensions. So guys, we need to take care of this thing as a very important part, that every features make a single dimension, right? So there is a equation which we write every time which we write the equation y is equal to mx plus c, right? What is that equation means? I'll just open one Google Doc over here. Okay. Uh, and I'll just increase the size. Okay. So if you can see my screen, I am writing one equation over here. This one. What is this equation? Equation of a straight line. Yes. So that means over what does it means that y is a class, that means our final, I would say, class, and m is a constant, right? Then x is what? X is a feature, and c is again a constant, right? So what does that mean? Say if we have one feature, that means we have equation of a straight line. So that means one feature makes one dimension. So if I write it in this way, y equals to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus c. So here, what does that mean? That x1 is my feature 1 and x2 is my feature 2. Okay. If I go back to this thing, what does it say? Two features would mean there are two dimensions. So when I am choosing two as a two features, like one, I have in taking the same example, an apple and an orange. If I take that same example and I'm taking color as a feature and weight as a feature. So what is happening that I'm going on with two dimensions over there, right? So which is if we need to minimize these dimensions as much as we can. We need to try that if we can solve any equation within one dimension, then we need not to take two features out of it. We can solve that in single dimension as well, right? So if I take example of apple and orange, can we do that in one dimension? I think yes, because what we can do is we can choose color as a feature and we can do that in a single dimension as well, right? So that's how features are important in choosing the things. Choosing useful input features can have big impact on the quality of ML system. Again, I would again put my focus over here that all your ML equations, everything in your machine learning depends on the feature and the data you're working on. If the features you have chosen are good and if the features you're working on are correct, then your ML results would be by far the best results. But if you're choosing bad features, then your results would not be good, right? See, if in again, I'll go on with one example so that it will be more clear to you guys, right? So see, if I take example of again apple and orange, and I have chosen a shape as a feature in apple and an orange. So what would that do? Because both are mostly in round shape, right? That would not help us. That would not be a good feature because apple and orange shapes can be same, right? Similarly, if I take weight as a feature again, so weight could be equal, right? Again, so I am adding, so if I see, if I go to the document again, if I choose weight as one feature and shape as another feature, what I have done right now is I have made this equation a two-dimensional equation just to identify what is an apple and what is an orange out of my data set, right? But that would not helping much because what that can do is that can increase the dimension, and increasing dimension means we are increasing the complexity of our equation, right? So we need to do in as much less features as we can. Guys, is it clear up to this point? Like you guys understood what is a feature? Okay. So now I will go with this non-trivial data. If you can see, a fruit example use two dimension, right? So then now we have some more example. We have, if you see the rightmost part of my screen, here there is a figure where there is given some cats and some dogs as an example, right? Now, what we need to do is we need to differentiate between the data set of a cat and a dog, right? How we can do that? They have taken three features for it. Feature one on the x-axis, feature two on the, you can name it any axis. You can name it y-axis, and feature three on z-axis, I would say. So our fruit example use two dimensions, right? If you needed three dimensions to separate the data meaningfully, we could plot in a 3D chart and separate the clusters of points with a plane, right? So what we do in ML problems, what happens is we deal with 20 dimension, even there are sometimes millions of dimensions. If you take example of an image, right, in machine learning, so if I take example of an image, how many pixels are there in a HD image? If I take a HD image, we deal with pixels in the images, right? So if I take generic data, how many pixels are there in today's, which we call HD image? Just a rough guess. You can type it on your chat window, but you need to be very quick. 1080 pixels, yes. 1080 pixels, we can go with it. Yeah, let's say supervised learning, where the ML program is provided with training data that is labeled, right? If you see this example, color, weight, and label, they have give, so where color and weight are features and label is the class, right? So if an object is red in color and its weight is 200 grams, it is an apple. If an object is orange in color and its weight is 300 grams, it is an orange. Again, if a object is green in color, its weight is 150 gram, again, it's an apple. So here, guys, what you see is a data is labeled. We know the result that, okay, if an object is red in color, it's in 200 grams, then we have the label for it, which is apple, right? So that means the data is labeled. We have labeled data. We know that, okay, this is the class of this data. That's why we call it a supervised learning. Given the two inputs, color and weight, I'm telling the system what the expected output label in each case. We know the expectation, right? But if I talk about unsupervised learning, here we have data which is not labeled, right? I'll just take very common example in NLP. Say you have chat data. होता क्या है NLP में? As I have experience of around 5 years in NLP, I have seen lots and lots of unsupervised data, because NLP mostly deals with unsupervised data only. What kind of data is there is, आपको क्या होता है, आपको if I talk about chat system, right, आपको ना पुरानी historical chats मिल जाती हैं. Say you are just take an example, you chatting with I would say आप एक travel site पे गए हो, right? And I'm doing a chat over there, and with the customer support, right? And I am I am asking some questions again and again. What they'll do is they give all the chat data to a data engineer. अब डेटा इंजीनियर का काम उसमें क्या आता है कि उनको वो सारी चैट जितनी भी होती हैं, कभी लाख्स में होती हैं, करोड़ में होती हैं, उन सब चैट्स का उनको लेबलिंग करना होता है. ओके, दिस चैट बिलोंग्स टू दिस कैटेगरी, दिस चैट बिलोंग्स टू दिस कैटेगरी, दिस चैट बिलोंग्स टू दिस कैटेगरी. Here we don't know the category, right? The data engineer doesn't know the category that वो उनको किस किस में डिवाइड करे. उनको क्या करना पड़ता है, they need to get the insights of those data. If you see this graph, XY graph on my screen, here what you can see is there are clusters divided, gray cluster, cream color cluster, and pink color cluster. Think of these as chats. Like one type of chats is over here, another type of chats is over here, and the third type is over here. So this is how, first of all, a data engineer would divide all those chats using the data present between the chats. It could be done using different examples. Topic modeling आप use कर सकते हो, cosine distancing आप use कर सकते हो, clustering, simple clustering आप use कर सकते हो, right? तो इन सब चीजों से वो क्या करते हैं, सबसे पहले डेटा को डिवाइड आउट करते हैं कि जो हमारा डेटा है वो एक बार हमें पता चल जाए, इसमें से पैटर्न्स निकालने की कोशिश करते हैं, ठीक है। दैट इज हाउ अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग इज डन। थर्ड एंड द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल, जिसके ऊपर आज भी बहुत अच्छे लेवल पे रिसर्च चल रहा है, दैट इज रिइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग। दैट इज लर्निंग बाय ट्रायल एंड एरर, राइट। एज वी ह्यूमंस ग्रू अप, बचपन से क्या होता है, वी लर्न बाय ट्रायल एंड एरर। वी आर अ वेरी गुड, we as human beings are very good example of reinforcement learning, because we learn through trial and error. As जब हम छोटे होते हैं तो our parents start doing this that with us, right? That okay, do this, I'll give this to you. If you do bad, you will get punished. Reinforcement learning is the same. If ML algorithms performs good, it is awarded, and if it loses, it gets no reward. That is negative reward, right? So these are the three types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. Any doubt up to this point? Any doubt? You guys can ask any question which you want to. Uh, how is data labeled to make it ready for supervised learning? Is it manually, or there are ways for that also? Okay. Okay, so this question is, so Shubham has asked here a question: how data labeled is labeled to make it ready for supervised learning? Okay, I'll go back to supervised learning slide. So Shubham, actually, what happens? Who is a data engineer? I'll get to this question, I think, after end. Like, what is the difference between a data engineer, a data scientist, and a machine learning engineer? I'll answer this question for sure, Ravi. But yeah, is there any third type also? Third type of what, Rahul? Okay, before that, let me just ML type. Yeah, there are three types of machine learning, which I said: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. Okay, is that answer your question, Rahul? Yeah. Coming back to Shubham's question, how data is labeled to make it ready for supervised learning. In supervised learning, Shubham, data comes to us in a label format. Like if I talk about a data engineer, there are either the data is already labeled. So any uh, if I go to any Gmail account, right? If I open this Gmail account, here you see, uh, this is not categorized. I open my Gmail account once. If you see my Gmail account, which is opening right now, so here you can see there are three types of email categories: promotional, social, primary, right? So here what happens is data is already labeled that this type of emails are primary, these are social, and these are promotional emails, right? So that's how the data, we already get the data into labeled format. Here, if you see this example, color, weight, and label, you have already received your data in this format, that if a object is this type, then that is an apple. If an object is this color and this weight, that is an orange. इसके बाद आपको क्या करना होता है, you need to train your model in this way. Supervised learning model को आप train करते हो, okay, कि अगर कोई भी चीज रेड कलर की है, 200 ग्राम की है, तो वो एप्पल होगी, ऑरेंज है 300 ग्राम की है, तो वो ऑरेंज होगी, राइट। अब क्या होगा, जब आपके पास टेस्ट डेटा आएगा, ठीक है, टेस्ट डेटा जब आता है आपके पास, तो उसमें क्या होता है, आई गेट बैक टू टेस्ट डेटा एज वेल फॉर दोज जिनको क्लियर नहीं होता। टेस्ट डेटा क्या होता है कि द डेटा विच कम्स आउट फॉर द टेस्टिंग, जिसपे हमें टेस्ट करना है कि वो सही परफॉर्म कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा, राइट। जब हम टेस्ट डेटा पास करते हैं, तो हमारा मॉडल हमारे टेस्ट डेटा में से फीचर्स चेक करके बताता है कि हमारा डेटा जो है वो एप्पल होगा उसमें से या ऑरेंज होगा, राइट। Is it clear to you, Shubham? Yeah. So now coming to this course, for those who are very new to machine learning, I would really recommend doing this course. This is a very handy course and very small course for all of you to get hands-on on machine learning basics. This is Machine Learning Crash Course by Google. This is free. Let me tell you guys, this is free for everyone to do it. And there are lots and lots of things which are now like there with this course, like problem framing, data prep, clustering, recommendation engines. There are lots and lots of. Earlier they used to be only this crash course part, which you can see on my screen now. But all these things like they have added recently, right? What you have to do is you just need to start this crash course after logging in with your Google ID, of course, and then you can start going through this course. Okay. To do this course, you just yeah, I think they have already sent the link of this course. You can check the link. And to do this course, you just need very small prerequisites, which is they have already they have given all the question. I have little or no machine learning background. Should I do this course? Yes, you should do this course in that case. So there's this pre-work which you need to do. You need to have a little knowledge of NumPy. You need to have little knowledge of pandas, which is basic libraries of Python, right? And then you can start doing this course. Okay, I'll just go with this ML terminology. This is a basic terminology. Label, as I have already told you, labels is a class, is a final data class to which we label something, right? As we know, like in a day-to-day life, what we call a label. Okay, हम किसी चीज पे जब label लगाते हैं that this thing is this, that is label. Similarly, ML में भी वही होता है label. Features help us to get to the label, right? When we are doing the prediction. So, and a model defines, so model is something which we train on a different algorithms in machine learning, right? So a model defines a relationship between a feature and a label, right? And there is this regression versus classification. Let me just go back to my slide and tell you the difference between. Yes. So there are these are the different type of ML algorithm outputs. One is regression, one is classification, one is clustering, and one is sequence prediction. Okay. What is the example of a regression? It is written over here. Predict numerical values, which is the price. Guys, if you need this slide, I'll send you the link. Okay. You just tell me if you need this slide. I'll send you the link of this slide. You can just view this, but you cannot change this slide. What are the common example of ML outputs? The regression is very common example. Regression में क्या होता है? You get a range of output, right? What happens in the range of output is if you want to predict the price of house, say आप क्या कर रहे हो? If you are living in Delhi, NCR, or anywhere you are living, taking example, आप एक flat देखने गए हो अपने लिए, say on rent, right? If taking that examples of that rented flat, आप क्या देखते हो? आप एक माइंडसेट लेके जाते हो कि if that flat is very near to metro station, उसका प्राइस ज्यादा होगा, right? If that flat is far from metro station और वहां पे कोई भी public transport available नहीं है, उसका price कम होगा, right? You don't know the exact price in that case. You guess a range of outputs, right? कि okay 10,000 से 20,000 के बीच में मेरे को मिलेगा या फिर 15 से 20,000 के बीच में मिलेगा, right? You have a predicted numerical values, a range of that. That is an example of regression output. Okay, if I talk about classification may we select one label out of n labels. If as I was taking the example of orange and an apple, okay, तो उसमें क्या होता है, हम features में से we take out one label. Okay, that if color is red, that is an apple, color is orange, that is an orange, color is green, that is an apple. So that is an example of classification कि इनमें से एक होगा, right? Out of n labels, example cat, dog or human, right? Clustering, again, as I given you the example of clustering, वहां पे क्या होता है, clusters बनते हैं. Okay, this is a one cluster, this is a second cluster. Most similar other example, related products on Amazon. So how does clustering works? This is very good example for those who wonder कि Amazon पे, Flipkart पे recommendation system कैसे work करता है, right? होता क्या है, they save your data every time they save your data, right? Say, आप क्या somebody say I'll take the example of somebody from this chat. Last message was Pranav. So okay, so I'll take the example of Pranav only. Say Pranav went to Flipkart and Pranav started buying shoes for himself, right? एंड प्रणव ने जब शूज खरीदे तो प्रणव ने क्या किया शूज कुछ कुछ देखे देन ही बॉट वन शूज देन ही थॉट ओके लेट्स गो एंड बाय सॉक्स फॉर मी एज वेल राइट बिकॉज चलो उसको लगा कि शूज खरीदे तो सॉक्स भी ले लेते हैं what Flipkart will do is they will make it a cluster that okay if somebody is purchasing something from the shoes cluster they are also purchasing something from the socks cluster, right? And if somebody ma'am, sometimes it happens. Just a second. Sometimes it's happened. We see product on one website and recommendation come from different website also. So is that also no? That's not clustering. That is cookies. What they do is they save your cookies and they show it to you on every other website you open. I know that is very clumsy, very irritating, but yeah, that happens. अभी तो आप सर्च भी नहीं करो आप अपना फोन अपने पास रखो ऑन रखो या फिर ऑफ रखो बिकॉज इफ इट्स एंड्रॉइड फोन इट लिसन्स टू यू एवरी सेकंड इट इज लिसनिंग टू यू व्हाटएवर यू आर सेइंग से यू आर कन्वर्सेटिंग विद समबडी ओके यार मुझे ना शूज खरीदना है या फिर इफ यू कन्वर्सेटिंग विद आई एम सॉरी इफ यू आर कन्वर्सेटिंग विद समवन दैट ओके मुझे मोबाइल खरीदना है राइट तो होता क्या है ना आप देखोगे कि आपने अभी कहीं पे जाके सर्च नहीं करी है बट आपको बहुत सारी वेबसाइट्स पे एग्जाम वो एड्स दिखने लगती हैं राइट हु ऑल हैव एक्सपीरियंस दिस कि अभी आपने कुछ सर्च नहीं करा है आपने कुछ बोला ही है कि मुझे ये खरीदना है या फिर मुझे ये लेना है आपको हर जगह पे उसकी एड्स दिखने लगती हैं और आप यू वंडर हाउ दैट हैपेंस right? That is not example of clustering. Yeah, that example of cookies. They take your data, they save it, they pass on the cookies to different websites. It's a very big business these days. They pass on the cookies to different websites, and that's how they show those uh, things to you. Is it clear, Kriti?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any other question up to this point? What is application of sequence prediction? सीक्वेंस प्रिडिक्शन की एप्लीकेशन एनएलपी में बहुत यूज होती है आजकल क्या हो रहा है ना बिकॉज सबको शुभम दिस इज योर क्वेश्चन व्हाट इज एप्लीकेशन ऑफ सीक्वेंस प्रिडिक्शन अभी क्या हो रहा है ना एवरीबडी वांट्स टू ऑटोमेट देयर टास्क्स राइट सो व्हाट दे डू इज today in today's world if you have heard of BERT algorithm or squared algorithm or I'm sorry profitnet algorithm they are the topmost algorithm in the NLP. I would say state of the art models, the best models these days. तो उसमें क्या होता है ना कि दे प्रिडिक्ट सीक्वेंस आप उसमें कोई भी डेटा दे दो जैसे आपने बहुत बड़ा एक पीडीएफ दे दिया वो आपको उस डेटा की समरी निकाल के दे देंगे या फिर आपने उसको एक क्वेश्चन दिया उस डेटा में से वो आपको उसका आंसर निकाल के दे देंगे दैट्स हाउ सीक्वेंस प्रिडिक्शन हेल्प्स अस कि वो सीक्वेंस देखते हैं राइट सीक्वेंस नो डजंट ओनली मीन्स फिलिंग द ब्लैंक्स it also means what comes next right if this is the question what would be the answer और या फिर सीक्वेंस की कोई एग्जांपल इसमें हो सकती है हाँ सबसे दिखाती हूँ you can see that on my screen if I just go to my Gmail I just go to compose I start writing hi abc okay I'll just give email id over here I'll just give my this right see what can you see over here if I'm typing how they are giving me are you in the dummy if I press tab how are you hope all is well this is how sequence prediction is done is it clear Shubham this is a very good example of sequence prediction okay going back to this course okay so I was on this different ML outputs is it clear to everyone the different ML outputs if somebody asks they can answer it right This is example of continuous output. That means regression. This is the example of continuous output. This is example of classification. If you can see my screen, what is happening? They have passed on an image, this image to this data. Don't get confused. This is a neural network. This is a neural network model which they are using because this is an image, right? Image के हर एक pixel को pass करेंगे. At the end, it is telling that it is not a cat, it is a dog. Example कैसा हुआ? Classification का example हुआ. Then there is possibility estimation, probability estimation. जो हम बचपन से करते आ रहे हैं probability, that is again a type of ML जहाँ पे हम probability guess करते हैं between 0 and 1. Next is type of ML algorithm, how they really work. Regression, linear regression I've told you. Then there are instance based example जहाँ पे वो data का instances लेके वहाँ से examples निकालते हैं, right? I'll not go into the algorithms today because we are doing a very basic, right? If you guys want to go into algorithms, we can have another session. Request your organizers to arrange another session, then we can go deep into algorithms, right? Then there is decision tree algorithms. Decision tree is what? Dividing it into again and again trees. Like एक node से हम दो nodes पे गए, then वहां से चार छह हर एक level पे we are segregating the data based on their features. Bayesian. Then there is clustering, which I've already explained. Then there are association rules. Then of course neural networks. Neural network is a type of deep learning algorithm. Then dimensionality reduction. This is a very important in machine learning. We need to do this every time we are working on machine learning algorithms. Then there are ensembling techniques. Ensembling is nothing but when we are using multiple models or multiple ML algorithms and taking out output as one, that is one ensemble is, right? Next, how is Google using machine learning? I was asking you the example. You can see it over here. Google Photos, very good example. Then there is Gmail, again, which I've told you. Teaching robots, hand-eye coordination. Then there are this example, Autodraw. So guys, whatever I'm showing it to you now, these are the very good examples. If you want, if you guys want, you can go and check these softwares out. Autodraw. What that does is एक बचपन में we used to watch a show, right? I don't know if you guys have watched it or not. There was a magic pencil which Sanju used to write anything and that comes, draw anything and that comes live. But this is a some less realistic out of that. ये क्या करता है? You draw a very hazy image, right? Yeah, shakalaka boom boom shubham, you're right. So you draw a very hazy image and it will design a very good sketch out of it, right? Which is auto draw. Get millions of people to draw doodles of object and teach an ML system to learn how to draw for itself. Somebody has DD पर आएगा जल्दी. Okay. Okay. Next is Soli. Soli is again a very good example. It works on gestures. If you can see this, it is working on gestures. That girl is using her hand gestures to move into the Soli, right? Soli is a small chip you can embed it on devices which uses radar-like features to detect gestures, so you can control the device. Next is Pixel Buds. जिसने भी use करे and know. Next is Google Lens. Again, I think somebody has given that example already. How are other people using ML? Robotics mein ML is used up to great extent. And there is this tool, style transfer, where we can see we have transferred the style of this first image to the second image, and we come up with this third image, right? It is very much used in interior designing and fashion designing. Very much it is used these days. Then video generation. What is happening is यहाँ पे these videos which you can see small gifs, right? They are not real. They have been generated by ML algorithm. What you see here are videos dreamt up by a neural network. It studied various video of beaches, train stations, etc., and then given an image it has never seen before. it will imagine what might be happening in that scene. तो उसने उसकी image video draw कर दी है, ठीक है? Then there is one skip thought vectors. There is also an example. So इसमें क्या होता है skip thought vectors में? If you can see, sorry, if you can see this image, skip thought vectors में आप ना कुछ भी you just give them an image, it will what out of those vectors it will write something, generate a story about image. He was a shirtless. So see this image and see this story. This is a funny, but yeah, it's good. If you guys can see this image clearly and now see this story, he was a shirtless man in the shirtless. So the prediction is correct. And I let out a curse as he leaned over to kiss me on the shoulder. So if you can see in this image, they are like to kiss on the shoulder. He wanted to strangle me. They are strangling with each other. Considering the beautiful boy, I'd come wearing his boxer. So now they're also wearing the boxers. So if you see this image, you see that उसने जो भी prediction करा है वो सही करा है. कितना सही है? That is another thing, right? That's where your features and your data gives important part to this. Okay. Understanding image camera IO entry point to understand the word. So now this is again an example. Think translator. I think बहुत लोगों ने ये use किया होगा. Treasure hunt. This is again an example. This is a game. काफी use हुई थी ये game, which is a ML based game. It used to give you tasks on daily basis. Dragon spotting. Can somebody give me a very good example of dragon spotting? कहाँ खेली आपने ऐसी गेम? क्या नाम था उस गेम का? Pokemon Go. हाँ, अब सब जाग गए हैं Pokemon के नाम पे. I can see those people responding who haven't responded earlier. Predict complexity. Yeah. AlphaGo. Guys, Alpha game जिसको reinforcement learning से there was a ML model which was playing AlphaGo using reinforcement learning, and it is predicted. There was one thing, if you see this AlphaGo by Google made this example using AI to use incredibly complex challenges such as playing Go. Like Go is a game जो computers में होती है. Go has millions of possible combination and was long thought to be too complicated for machines to beat a human at. बट उन्होंने क्या किया था, इतना ज्यादा इस गेम को मतलब बना दिया था और इतना ज्यादा इस गेम को ट्रेन कर दिया था, इट वाज एबल टू बीट द जीनियस जो भी अल्फागो का एक मास्टर था इन द अर्थ ऑन द अर्थ. दैट मॉडल बीट दैट पर्सन. Now, we also using machine learning to optimize user experiences. Spotify, सबने use किया होगा, very good example of machine learning. Project Muse, this is used by in the fashion industry to for costume designing, for costume checking and everything, right? Now, to converse with users, there are again a lot of example available. Disney Book, Westward, this were again example. And these are the different APIs which you can use to work on machine learning, right? If I come back to this again, so how to do, I'll just give you a heads up of this course, that how you could go about this course, okay? So what you need to do is you just start off with this introduction video, go along with it. There are this check your understanding sessions in every section, right? There are some very single or two questions, right? Okay, now answer this question. Suppose you want to develop a supervised machine learning algorithm, a model, to predict whether a given email is spam or not. Which of the following statements are true? You guys need to answer this. Just give me 1, 2, 3, 4 in the chat box. Words in subject header will make good labels. The labels applied to some examples might be unreliable. Emails are not marked as spam or are unlabeled example. We'll use unlabeled example to train the model. Which of this statement is true? Four. Sakshi is saying 4 is true. Sakshi, that's wrong. 3. Okay, now let's read one by one. Let's see why 4 is true, okay? And why 4 is not true. Suppose you want to develop a supervised ML algorithm, learning model to predict whether a given email is spam or not, okay? So we'll use unlabeled examples to train the model. Sakshi, why would use we would use unlabeled examples? This is the example of supervised learning, right? Supervised may we cannot give unlabeled example. In supervised learning model, we need to give labeled examples every time, right? We'll use label example to train the model. We can then run the trained model against unlabeled examples to infer whether the unlabeled email messages are spam or not spam. Okay, so this is not true. Email marked, okay, so somebody said 3, Mukul said 3. Email not marked as spam or not spam are unlabeled examples. Yes, this is true, right? Because as I already told, जहाँ पे उन्होंने label नहीं लगाया हुआ कि which is spam or not spam, that is untrue, right? Next, somebody said, okay, so the answers are 4, 3, 2, 1 कि चारों में से कोई भी सही होगा ही होगा, right? Okay, so now let me explain it. Kriti said 2. The labels applied to some examples might unreliable. Kriti, that's true. Definitely. It's important to check how reliable. So, guys, mark this thing. Whenever you're working with machine learning, the data which you get, you need to validate your data. You need to check if your data is correct or not. You need to validate that. If you pass on the wrong data to your model, then your model will not perform in good way. It will give bad answers, right? So the labels for this dataset probably come from email users who work particularly email messages spam. So yeah, and somebody's Pratik said 1. Words and subject header will make good labels. Pratik, no, because words and subject header might make excellent features, but not labels, right? Here it is written as label. Label is spam or not spam. Why is 2 correct? 2 is correct because Mukul said why is 2 is correct. 2 is correct, Pratik, because sorry, Mukul, because what happens is जब भी हम data get करते हैं ना कहीं से भी हमें उस data को हमेशा check करना पड़ता है. Sometimes our data can be unreliable. So we need to make sure the data which we are passing on to a ML model is reliable, is true, right? क्या पता ऐसा हो उसमें जो emails not spam थी उसको उन्होंने spam दे रखा हो, right? जो डेटा हम पास ऑन कर रहे हैं तो हमें उस डेटा को पहले सही करना पड़ेगा या फिर कुछ डेटा ऐसा हो जो खाली हो जिसमें कुछ डेटा ही ना हो बट वो आपकी शीट में ऐसे पड़ा हुआ है, right? You cannot pass on the data to your model. So that's why if you read this, definitely it's important to check how reliable your data is. That probably come from email users who mark particularly email messages as spam, right? अभी क्या होता है ना कि जो भी डेटा हमारे पास आया है वो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट यूजर्स से आया है जिन्होंने अपने अकॉर्डिंग ईमेल्स को स्पैम और नॉट स्पैम मार्क करके रखा हुआ था, राइट? हुआ क्या आपके लिए देयर कुड बी सम emails which are not spam but for me those are spam or it could be vice versa as well, so we need to check that once, right? And furthermore spammers could do intentionally poison our model by providing faulty labels. Is it clear now, Mukul? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was on this course. Okay. So there's this first video lecture, then you will see the terminology over here. You will see this everything over here. Check your understanding. And then when you go with this playground exercise, just try to do it. Just try to play with it, these playground exercises. It will help you out to learn the things. If you guys face any issue in doing this thing, right, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to your organizers. If you face any issue, you can reach out to me. You have my, I think, social media links, right? You can just message me over there. I'll help you out with it, that how to do with it, right? Then, okay, this is first step with TF. TF is what? TensorFlow. Now you will get programming exercises. If I click on this, right, if I go and I'll just click on this linear regression with synthetic data, right? And you will see a collab notebook. Just try to work on this. You will get to know a lot about ML algorithms. Try to try to resolve it. Just try to do this, perform this using this collab notebooks. This is for those people who want to get into like their hands dirty on machine learning. These collab notebooks will help them a lot. Then there's generalization part, right? You can, so there is this up to this embeddings, right? This is a very basic course, feature crosses, all of this is over here. You can go through this, everything is given. Okay, so if you need some kind of more examples or more like label items, you can just go to this glossary, right? All terms. What you can see over here is from A to Z, like here is the definition of each and everything present in machine learning. Every like whatever is given in those that course, definition of everything is present over here in this glossary from A to Z. Like it ends up to over here. W, yeah, it's up to here. You can go through this. This is a very good course if you want to start off with machine learning. And those who were looking out for this presentation, I'm just giving the link into the chat box and I have given it to you guys. Okay. And even they have this some examples as well on ML engineering. Then if I go with this recommendation, this is a, they have also given you the estimated course time. I would suggest go in this way only, like first do this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Up to this recommendation part, this is very basic thing and you can learn a lot out of it. Then how to testing and debugging in ML models. This is on that part, right? Then it's on GANs, which is generative adversarial networks. This is again a very good example which is used these days on image data, right? So you can also work on this. And then there is this RL, which is reinforcement learning, self-study cover. I think you guys will not be able to see this RL part. You guys will be able to see up to this part. It's available to me because right now I am a MLCC trainer, which is machine learning crash course trainer. So that's why they like from Google only. So they give us access to all these parts. But yeah, you guys will be have access to this RL as soon as this is out, right? So I would suggest you go through this part. If you face any issue, I'll help you out. Okay. Now questions. Any questions or anything if which you guys want to ask? Yes, I have one pending question, data engineering wala, where we can resolve our doubts related to this course. Guys, to resolve your doubts related to this course, most of the things are given in this only. They have given answer to every problem which they have given. Still, if you face any doubt, you can reach out to me. There are another lot of people who are there and who are MLCC trainers, right? And yeah, you can reach out to them as well. But yeah, they have given answers to most of the problems. If you go to the courses, right? And if you see this, I go to this part, right? If as the question I showed you guys, how much time it will take me to get a good hold on ML. So no, it depends on your practice, right? If it like if you start from today, right, which you should if you want to get into machine learning, right? If you start from today, then and it depends on your practice. Like if you get good projects or if you're working on start working on a project. Don't just go through the definitions day by day, day by day. You'll get confused. Working on a project, be it a very small project, go to Keras. Keras is a very good example, like very good platform to learn machine learning, right? You can go there. Kaggle, sorry, not Keras, Kaggle. For those who don't know, I'll just type it, Kaggle. So there are, Kaggle is all about ML competitions. You can start off with Kaggle. You can register over here today. You can get data sets from here to work on them, right? You can work on each and every problem over here. This can help you very, like, this can give you very good hands-on. I've sent the link in the chat as well for Kaggle. You can register on this. There are lots of people who are new to machine learning and they're working on Kaggle these days to get their hands on machine learning. What are some good projects in ML? Okay, so there was Mukul. Is your question answered, or do you have any like doubts still? Answered. Okay. So next question is by Sonia. She's saying, what are some good projects in ML? Sonia, I would say for that, like each and every project is good project in ML. Depends what your use case is, right? For some companies, NLP is by far the most important project these days. For some company, ML is the base, and they're working on image recognition. So it depends. But yeah, if you want to get into deep learning, I would suggest go with image things like image resolution or image based projects, right? Image recognition projects. If you want to go into by small chunks, like starting off with very basic, then start off with simple projects like making आपने क्या किया, आपने एक छोटा सा डेटा सेट उठा लिया, उसमें से आपने स्पैम और नॉट स्पैम की ईमेल्स निकाल ली, then you started off with this. I would suggest there is flower data, Kaggle पे आपको मिल जाएगा flowers का. उसमें क्या करते हो आप, उसमें आप फ्लावर का टाइप निकालते हो फीचर्स पास ऑन करके, ठीक है? तो वो बहुत बेसिक प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं विच विल गिव यू गुड हैंड्स ऑन मशीन लर्निंग. Sonia, is the question answered? How can I find basic projects on Kaggle? Okay. If you when you registered on that, Mukul, you can start off with, they have this competitions going on, they have this compete, so you can choose your level from there, right? You can even work in teams in Kaggle. So that's how it goes. You can choose your level that okay, I'm very basic, so that's how I want to work. And you can even there is this take a micro course and start applying your new skills immediately. You can just join some basic course and then you can go along with it. That's how it goes. Competition, join a competition. So see, there are different Titanic. Predict survival on the Titanic. Like यहाँ पे वो क्या करते हैं, there's this competition going on जहाँ पे आपको सर्वाइवल रेट निकालना होता है मशीन लर्निंग यूज करके कि टाइटैनिक प्रॉब्लम में से कितने लोग बचेंगे. एंड देयर इज हाउसिंग प्राइस, फ्यूचर सेल प्रेडिक्शन, डिजिट रिकॉग्नाइजर. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट्स. ऑल इफ यू सी दीस फोर प्रोजेक्ट्स, these are very basic projects. Mukul, any other question, people? Yes, Mukul, it is very interesting. Kaggle is very good for those who wants their hands to get dirty on machine learning. Any other question? Yeah, so there was this question asked by, let me go back. Ravi. Is Ravi here in the what is a data engineer? Yes, Ravi is here. Okay, so I would like to answer Ravi. Ravi and everyone who wants to know the difference between, I just write the terms over here. Data engineer. Second is data scientist. Third is machine learning engineer, right? So, for everyone who wants to know, data engineer are those people who just work on, I would say, clarification or like filtering of data, right? They get lots and lots and lots of data as an input. It could be supervised data, it could be unsupervised data. What they do is they just work on that data. उसको साफ करने का काम करना होता है डेटा इंजीनियर को. वो अपना डेटा अपनी तरफ से बिल्कुल क्लियर करके दे पास इट ऑन टू ईदर अ डेटा साइंटिस्ट और अ मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर, राइट? डेटा इंजीनियर का यही काम होता है दैट दे वर्क ऑन दैट डेटा. दे यूज वेरियस लाइब्रेरीज लाइक पांडास, numpy, जहां से वो डेटा का क्लीनिंग करते हैं, जहां से वो फीचर्स रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं, ओके दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर, वो सब फीचर्स वगैरह लेके दे पास दैट डेटा ऑन टू मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर और डेटा साइंटिस्ट. नाउ there comes a difference between a data scientist and a machine learning engineer. जो machine learning engineer होता है, they can be various types. A machine learning engineer can, if you talk about me, I am into NLP, which is again natural language processing, right? I'll just write down the terms over here. Right, natural language processing. Then there is image processing, right? Then there is this convolutional neural networks. There are lots of things, but yeah, I would give you natural language processing deals with natural language. Natural language is a type of language which is spoken by humans only, right? So everything that deals with that, spoken or written by humans only, right? Everything that deals with that part, everyone who deals with that part, the language which is spoken by humans or language which is written by humans, we call it natural language. The whole processing of that language and taking out insights out of that language, taking out data out of that language, taking out, I would say, answers from that language is a work of NLP engineer or machine learning engineer who is working into NLP, right? Now comes a data scientist. Data scientist can work into multiple parts. Data scientist can be a person who works on, I would suggest, statistical data as well, जहाँ पे prediction data होता है ना पूरा, like weather prediction हो गया, weather forecasting का data बहुत सारी companies के पास होता है, analysis, statistics, वो सब कुछ data scientist के अंदर cover हो जाता है. प्लस ML का काम भी डेटा साइंटिस्ट बहुत करते हैं. So data scientist, I would suggest, is a set in which machine learning engineer or deep learning engineer comes in, right? Is it clear to you guys? Okay. Any other question related to this part? Because I will wrap it. Will this crash course be enough to get us started with ML? Yes. To get started with ML, this course is best. If you guys want to, okay, so if you guys want to start off again with some, सबको ऐसा लगता है कि मशीन लर्निंग के लिए हम हमारे बेसिक्स क्लियर होने चाहिए, राइट? सो आई वुड सजेस्ट 2 3 there is this channel, 3 blue 1 brown. You guys, I would suggest you guys to go through this channel. Okay, I'm again sending you link. This channel is very good if you want to clarify your basics into linear algebra. There is this series like Essence of Linear Algebra, Essence of Calculus. Go through this both. आपका जो भी बेसिक मैथ्स है ना वो एकदम क्लियर हो जाएगा. This channel is very good in that case. I'm just again sending you the link over here. Go through this channel. Their way of explaining everything is very nice. Like they explain everything in a picturesque way, which is very good. You can, as I'm already a subscriber of this channel, you can see you guys can also subscribe, right? Okay, any other question, guys? Pragya, is that answer your question? But yeah, if you want to get start off with, then starting off with that course is very good. Any other question, guys? I am about to go in third year, so should I do competitive coding and ML side by side? Mukul, this question I think is raised by from where we can practice programming questions. Kriti and Mukul, to answer your question, Mukul, first I'll answer your question, then I'll come to Kriti's question. These days, ML, okay, let me. So these days, what is happening is ML is a buzzword, right? Okay, I think we are done with this. No, just a second. I'm going back to chat, sorry. Yeah. So these days, what is happening is I agree, ML is a buzzword. Everyone wants to learn ML. Everyone in the be they're engineer or not, even if they're working in mathematics, even they're working into statistics. Everybody wants to get into machine learning, but you guys need to get one thing very clear to you कि machine learning की jobs बहुत कम होती हैं. If you guys want to get into machine learning, make sure either you are very good at it or don't leave your interest thing for machine learning. I would suggest again, मैं कहीं भी जाती हूँ, wherever I go for sessions, I tell them one thing, this thing, that अगर आप एंड्रॉइड इंजीनियर हो, अगर आप एंड्रॉइड पे काम करते हो, या फिर अगर आप फ्लटर पे काम करते हो, या फिर अगर आप किसी बैकएंड लैंग्वेज पे काम करते हो, राइट, कीप ऑन वर्किंग ऑन दैट, बिकॉज उनका काम कभी खत्म नहीं होगा. इफ यू आर अ सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर का काम कभी खत्म नहीं होगा. So guys, I'll tell you the scenarios in the companies these days. What happens? Say, if there is a project, right, जिसपे, sorry, if there is a project जिसमें 10 लोग काम कर रहे हैं, front end engineer, back end engineer, designers, and some people who are into tech architect, right? उसी and उसमें एक आधा machine learning engineer होगा. एक प्रोजेक्ट में हार्डली 10 से 20% काम होता है एक मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर का, उससे ज्यादा नहीं होता. एवरीथिंग एल्स इज सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट, एवरीथिंग एल्स कम्स अंडर इट, राइट? इफ यू थिंक कि आप एमएल सीख के आप सब कुछ कर लोगे, नहीं. आई वुड से डू competitive coding first. If you know how to apply logics, if you know how to do the coding, then only you can do machine learning, right? So firstly, do competitive coding. If you are good in competitive coding, आपको machine learning में जाने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. You will be very good at this, right? Now, coming to Kriti's question, for where we can practice programming questions. Kriti, Geek for Geeks is very good platform for that. Otherwise, you can go on. Just forgot the name. Code Chef is good. Lead Code is very good. Yeah. The people are answering your question. Yeah, Code Chef is very good. Lead Code is very good. Most of the people do through that. I follow Geek for Geeks a lot, and of course, Hacker Earth, Hacker Rank. All platforms are very good for that. Interview Bit, yeah. Again, Interview Bit is also a very good platform for that. There are lots and lots of platforms. Just start one platform and start working on it. You will practice a lot of, but yeah, again, I would suggest this to everyone again, कि अपना expertise मत छोड़ना just for machine learning. You will be nowhere, right? I'm not saying you guys कि machine learning करो ही मत. आप बोलोगे खुद machine learning करके और आप हमें बोल रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. I'm telling because you guys are, most of you are in college, I suppose. So I would not give you a wrong, I would say wrong data from the companies. अगर एक कंपनी में 4 मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर्स है ना, तो वो 5-6 प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे होंगे, बिकॉज मशीन लर्निंग का काम हर एक प्रोजेक्ट में बहुत कम होता है. इसीलिए यू गाइस विल सी कि अभी मशीन लर्निंग की वैकेंसीज जो है ना, वो है कंपनी में, आई एग्री. बट आने वाले 1-2 साल में नहीं रहेंगे, बिकॉज कंपनी में बहुत सारे मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर, आजकल हर कोई मशीन लर्निंग कर रहा है. आई विल जस्ट गिव यू insight from my last company. Earlier, I was working with Conduent, which is a spin-off of Xerox. Earlier, it was Xerox, now it's Conduent. So, I have left Conduent right now. But yeah, what happened in Conduent was I was the very first ML engineer to get hired in their Noida office, right? So everybody was in a buzz. Okay, machine learning engineer is there. So because everybody wants to learn machine learning, so everybody start. Many people reached out to me, either on like companies' internal platforms. Like everybody's was the question was same. How can we learn machine learning? How can we learn machine learning? Even somebody who is into testing from last 15 years, they came to me tell to ask the question, okay, so how can we learn machine learning? I asked the same, why do you want to learn machine learning? Everybody's answer was, क्योंकि आजकल ये बहुत चल रहा है. I told them one thing again, कि अगर चल रहा है इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आने वाले 5 साल 10 साल 15 साल में भी चलेगा. आप अपनी एक्सपर्टीज खो के अपना जो भी आपका एक वो है ना, क्या कहते हैं, फोर्टे, वो चेंज मत करो जस्ट बिकॉज की बज वर्ड्स हैं, राइट? Is it okay for you guys? आपका इस पर लग रहा है कि लेक्चर हो रहा है? Are the jobs in data scientist field? So Sneha has a question. Are the jobs in data scientist field on a rise? I read, yeah, right now the jobs in data scientist field on a rise right now. Yes, of course. आने वाले 5-6 साल में कितना होगा, we don't know. But yeah, right now it's on a rise, to be very frank. How is ML used in robotics? बहुत सारी चीजों में, लाइक रिकॉग्निशंस में, जेस्चर रिकॉग्निशंस में। आदित्य, दिस इज आदित्य's क्वेश्चन, हाउ इज एमएल यूज्ड इन रोबोटिक्स? आदित्य, इट इज यूज्ड इन वेरी वेरी लाइक मेनी थिंग्स। जेस्चर रिकॉग्निशन में उनको रोबोटिक्स में आके उसको कैसे पता चलता है कि यहाँ पे कोई ऑब्जेक्ट रखा है, उसको रोबोट्स को वो ऑब्जेक्ट उठाना है, किस तरीके से उठाना है, उसकी शेप कैसे पकड़नी है, उसकी शेप को पकड़ने के लिए उनको अपने हैंड्स को कैसे बेंड करना है। इन ऑल दैट थिंग्स एमएल इज यूज्ड। और आगे अगर कोई चीज दिख रही है तो वहां पे रिएक्ट कैसे करना है, राइट? अगर आगे उनके 100 मीटर की दूरी पे एक चीज है और वहां पे उनको कैसे मुड़ना है आगे से, लेफ्ट राइट एवरीथिंग, वहां पे हर एक जगह पे एमएल इज यूज्ड। Is it okay? Okay. Any other question, or we should we wind up? I'll just tell the organizers to give a close note if they want to. Otherwise, we'll wind up. Should I pursue data science? I would be graduating in 2 years. Yeah, if you have interest in data science, you should pursue. If you really, really want to, if you really get amused by the things that sub automatically kaise ho, yeah, why not? Go ahead. But अगर आपको ऐसा लगे कि you are not able to do it in coming 1 year as you are spending a lots and lot of time, अगर आपको लगे कि okay, but before pursuing data science, get your basics clear. This is a foremost thing. Get your basics clear about calculus. थोड़ा बहुत आपको आना चाहिए. That is important, right? Then pursue with data science. Okay. Don't think data science is everything, but yeah, it is something. But it is not everything. अगर आपको लगता है कि आप you can do better in web designing, you can do better in Android, go ahead. कहीं नहीं जाने वाले ये technologies आने वाले बहुत सालों तक, right? Any other question? There is this question asked by Rahul. What are the other field in artificial intelligence? Robotics is a very good field in AI other than ML. Robotics is a type. Then again, machine learning or deep learning, which is again a similar thing. Then uske bina IoT is going on a lot these days. IoT, Internet of Things, which is very, very in demand. That is a bit far, like electrical electronics वाले लोग IoT में ज़्यादा काम करते हैं, but you also can pursue, right? IoT is there. Then there is computational programming is there. Sorry. Uh, yeah, I think these are the major things like robotics, IoT, ML. These are the major things which goes these days. बाकी तो automation है. Robotic RPA is there, robotic process automation, which is again a type. But yeah, people do that a lot. That is again going on a lot these days. Then automation of things, जैसे कि I would suggest how the things can be, how the manufacturing processes can be automated, right? These days ML is used in AI का बहुत यूज हो रहा है फार्मिंग में, एग्रीकल्चर में. पीपल आर स्पेंडिंग a lot and lots of money and lots and lot of time over there, that how they can be, how they can improve their agriculture fields or agriculture farming कैसे improve हो सकती है using machine learning. That is also a very good part. And then या फिर आप ML को या फिर AI को आप कैसे यूज कर सकते हो in this medical sciences, which is again in very demand. वो आने वाले टाइम में बहुत ज्यादा डिमांड में होगा. Did that answer your question, Rahul? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now the very last question. I will take this last question. Whoever wants to ask, if there is any. Otherwise, we'll wind it up. Okay, guys. Is there any question? to many people. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. So I was saying that this is my very first webinar I have ever taken, a very first live session I have ever taken. How did you guys find it? So that any improvement points where I can improve, because so that I can learn also, because every time we do something we learn as well, right? I have given lots and lots of offline sessions, but yeah, online session, this was my very first session, and I was very like very into confusion that should I do it, should I not? But yeah, I said let's give it a try, and yeah, I think it's done. And I just want your feedback on the chat. If you guys can give me, that would be very, very helpful for me. Thank you. I'll just, okay, so people are saying, okay, thank you. Thank you, people. Shumi saying session was very informative. Thank you. Thank you, guys. If there is any, if you guys find there was any point of improvement which I could have done better within my speed, within content, within anything, then please tell me that as well. I would appreciate that more. Okay. Okay, Ravi. Sneha said it seems that you are used to webinars. No, Sneha, this was my very, very first webinar. I'll be very honest here. The session was very insightful and learning. Thank you, Kriti. Okay, guys, again, I would say if you have any doubt related to anything which I have shared, or if you start doing machine learning, if you face any doubt anywhere, I would help you out with it, right? And also, I can also, if anybody is working on Dialogflow, I am also like a Dialogflow kind of, like I'm doing Dialogflow from last 3 and 4 years. If you guys face any issue over there, I could also help you out with Dialogflow. I would wind it up now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Whosoever the host is, if they want to give any closing notes, they can. Because I think they have shared my LinkedIn profile with you guys. If not, give me a moment. I'll just share. Yeah, they have shared. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn and Twitter. This is my Twitter handle. You guys can also reach to me on Twitter over here, right? That's how I am available on like most of the social media networks. You can contact me, but yeah, LinkedIn is the by far the most like best thing to get answers of your questions, right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Roy.